Hey everybody, this is Tony from Crypto Made Easy. I wanted to cover some things today that I think that everybody should hear. I've seen a lot of things that I don't like about how the KBC to G999 process was handled. I'm going to cover them and show everybody exactly how that went down, and I think where the ball was dropped numerous times, and even just tell you guys how I see it, because I'm always that's one of the things that I'm always upfront about. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to give you my unbiased opinion. I'm never going to sugarcoat anything, and you're not going to get any Kool-Aid from me. So, first and foremost, the thing I want to bring attention to when you log into Karatbit, this is the message that you see. Dear Karatbar's family, all exchanges were informed to delist the KBC as more than 90% of the contract tokens are back to Karatbit. There's no real trading market left, and we do not want to let any speculative trading open. So this is back November 7th, I think it was, when this first popped up, when they stopped allowing the trading for KBC, which that was a big drop of the ball, in my opinion, as well. Why would you remove the trading markets to trap people into KBC? Like, what? Things were very bullish. I mean, Bitcoin started to go crazy not long after they decided to stop trading. And then how's the coin going to participate in any bullish activity if it's not being traded? It won't. And it didn't. So anyway, I think that was a huge mistake. But my point of bringing your attention to this message isn't the fact that they stopped trading KBC, isn't the fact that they did say here, yeah, make sure you get your KBC into Karatbit by November 15th. My point is, nowhere here does it say make sure that you move and migrate your KBC over to some different platform altogether called GStrade. It doesn't say that anywhere here. Yet the information that's out there everywhere is make sure you have to migrate your KBC by December 15th to GStrade. That information is everywhere, but the real platform where the information should be given is here. Why wouldn't this message say anything about that? Not only that, but let's take a look. Look in the dashboard. It's not anywhere. There's one tiny mention right here. KBC to G999 exchange will stop on the 15th of December. But where are the instructions? Where does it say, here's a link? A link would have been helpful even just to begin, but it doesn't say anything about GStrade on here anywhere. It doesn't say it. There's no link to it. There's no instructional video. Like, here's how you even do this. Here's how you create a migration code. Here's how you move it over. There's zero mention of it. That's, to me, were you purposely setting people up for failure? How are they supposed to know? I mean, don't tell me that a Skype room or a Facebook group created by affiliates, that's your plan for giving information to people who spent money on who funded your project. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, at some point you have to look at things and go, okay, are they really this dumb, or are they making some of these decisions intentionally? So let's say you actually did that part. Okay. Well, first of all, let's assume that you got information somewhere, because maybe somebody who brought you into Karatbars was able to let you know, hey, make sure you move your KBC into Karatbit by November 15th. Originally it was October 15th and they extended it by a month. Oh, okay, so great, 30 extra days. If somebody's not plugged into information, they're not plugged into that information. So if you don't use your avenues of, I don't know, when people sign up, they gave an email address. I think at the very minimum, you should use your database of emails. And why'd you even ask for an email address if you're not going to use it for anything? They've never sent us an email other than if you need to reset a password, right? So why would that not be the time to email everybody and say, hey, for anyone who bought some KBC thinking they were going to hang on to this thing for years without paying attention to it, you should not do that. You should move it into Karatbit, because the people who bought it thinking we're going to hold this thing for years and not think about it, they have zero value. their investment went to zero, right? So that was bad advice, but everybody was given it. If you the people who were marketing this thing, that's how it was being marketed. This is a long-term investment. It's backed by gold. Fundamentals of the project, they had dramatically changed, obviously. And yes, everybody, I'm a huge advocate of everybody needs to be informed, completely educated on wherever they're putting their money. 100%. At the end of the day, whose fault is it? It's theirs. But I'm 100% against setting somebody up for failure. And if you know that 99% of the people who funded your project are not crypto people, because they're not. 99% of the people who bought KBC, that was their first crypto experience, and they didn't even realize what crypto was and that this is even a crypto. Most people were completely uneducated, and they just did what they were told, and they just bought because somebody said, hey, you should buy this. It's a good idea. So if you know that they're not educated, why would you not at least provide the most basic of education and just say, at least somewhere, say, hey guys, here are some good resources so you can learn what it is you have, how to protect it, how to safely move it. You're setting people up for failure. And going with the theme of setting people up for failure, let's talk about what GStrade did. So let's say you actually moved your coin into Karatbit. Now it's time to exchange, before the 15th, you got to make sure, oh, I better get it migrated over here. Otherwise, it's going to cut me off and I can't do it. Well, let me tell you what they did. They made it so in order to actually import the migration codes, you had to complete, let me show you, 3 different levels of KYC. Okay. So I personally know people who did not understand, oh, I thought I just had to move it to Karatbit, and they thought they were good. Okay. A lot of those people, maybe by the 8th or 10th of December, oh my God, in a panic, I need to do one other thing. I need to migrate it. Well, you better pray that they finish your KYCs in time, because here's what they do. You come, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you require KYCs to migrate those coins? There's no excuse for that. Zero excuse, let alone 3 separate levels of KYC. Let me tell you why there's no excuse for that. There's zero reason. If your plan is, oh, we want to make sure that these weren't stolen coins and be able to verify that, well, guess what? Don't allow any withdrawals. Don't allow any trading until gold's done. That's the solution. Don't let people take it out. You can send it in, but you can't take it out unless you do your KYCs. What? Who's making these decisions? Who that can I mean, at the end of the day, like, can somebody be that stupid? There's some dumb people out there, but they shouldn't be in charge of something so important, right? So in my opinion, that's intentional. How could you not see this coming? Well, let me tell you what happened. You come in and you do bronze, and then you have up to 72 hours to wait until you can try your silver, and then up to 72 hours until you wait and try silver. And then once you do that, same thing again with gold. This support button is new, and you can go back and look at my videos before where I was showing people how to import these coins. That button wasn't there because they didn't have that before. So not only are you making people go through these steps, but you're not even giving them a place where they can go, please help get my KYCs done. I'm running out of time, right? Let's talk about silver. You get your bronze done, which requires your ID. Silver, literally, you went in and you had to type in your address information and your phone number. That's all you had to do. They didn't send you a text to verify that's a real phone number. What are they doing? Are they looking on Google Maps to see if it's a real address? What are they verifying? There was no document. You didn't have to upload any sort of bill that says, hey, look, I actually do live here. They literally just said, hey, what's your address? 72 hours later, they said, yeah, that's probably your address. That doesn't make any sense. And it's not based on your ID. My ID is not my current address. It's an old address. I got approval. That's insane. So to me, what's that? You're trying to make people fail, right? You're setting them up for failure. You're just trying to buy time to see who's going to miss whatever cutoffs. That's insane. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So, I'm never going to sugarcoat anything, and I'm always going to tell you things exactly how I see them. And to me, this doesn't look good. This is not a good look in any way. I honestly think that this with people when they got trapped into Karatbit and they couldn't get it over here, I can't see any other ending other than people trying to lawyer up and go after things. Because if it were me, if I had a significant balance in Karatbit, thinking, well, at least I moved it into Karatbit so I didn't lose it. Whew, that was a close one. And then didn't realize, because on their only platform of like, this is what you need to do, it doesn't say anything about GStrade anywhere. It just says this. If I wasn't plugged into some of those things like the Skype rooms and the Facebooks that you shouldn't have to be plugged into, those are all affiliate run. That doesn't even make sense to me. If it doesn't say that anywhere, you're going, well, how was I supposed to guess? Like, maybe there's something out there called GStrade where I can go sign up and move something over to. It doesn't say anything anywhere. That doesn't even make any sense to me. So how are people that lost a lot of value not going to find a lawyer and go, yeah, let's go after my lost value? So anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. It's beyond disappointing. It's starting to look like it was intentional. And what that means to me is if I'm looking at either one of these projects, KBC that turned into G999, that's gonna then the V999 is coming, but there's no information on it anywhere. I'm probably going to say run the other way. In the comment section, if you lost value, if you were trapped into anything, if you feel like you were not given the information that you needed and you were set up for failure, let me know. Put something in the comment section. I have a lot of empathy for anybody who fell for that. And while at the end of the day, people can come and say, yeah, well, if you put money into a project, you're responsible for it. That's true. You need to be educated to be able to navigate this space, but you've also been set up to fail. And so there's a lesson with that, and hopefully it isn't an expensive one. But this is kind of one of the things that I teach people in my course is how to do your proper research, how to make sure you're up to date on everything that's happening with whatever projects you're looking at, and how to do a real fundamental analysis on some of these things. Because truthfully, even if you started with a bias because you loved carrot bars before and things looked amazing to you, there were some red flags along the way that are important to look at for what they are. And that's with any project. You have to look at things without a bias. Your money's involved. The only bias you should have is making sure that you protect that capital and grow it. But at the very least, knowing your full risk of whatever you're involved with. So if you're interested in that, you can also put something in the comment section. You can send me an email, easycryptoeducation@gmail.com. Again, easycryptoeducation@gmail.com. And I'll get you some info on the course. Have a great day, everybody.